Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about some unconventional summer scents. Everyone's talking about the heat wave right now in Europe, and in the United States here, it's not any cooler really. So everyone has their summer rotations out in full force, and I wanted to talk about what I wore this week. This is a weekly rotation video, but the rotation I went with today, I wanted to avoid the conventional summer scents, the citruses, the eau de colognes. I wanted to wear stuff that is sort of unique and challenging in a way for this season. Now, obviously, some days it's just too hot to do that, so there are a couple things that are definitely acceptable in the heat here, but there are some big surprises in this video, I think. All the perfumes I mentioned will be in the description, and of course, if you enjoy this channel, be sure to sub, hit the like button, and let's talk about what I wore on Monday. So on Monday, I wore Fougere Laube by Rogue Perfumery. This is Manuel Cross's brand. Also an amazing brand if you're looking for really high quality, affordable perfumes. He does these little 30 ml bottles here for I think $75, and it's some of the highest quality you're going to be able to get for that money. Fougere Laube is a fougere, as you might have guessed by the name, but this is brassy. This is crisp and green and fresh. A lot of people compare this to Creed's Green Irish Tweed, but I think this is better than Green Irish Tweed. I know it's sacrilegious, but if you've never heard of this and you love the idea of this really crisp, fresh, green, cooling, grassy sort of sensation, definitely check out Fougere Laube by Manuel Cross. I would also just highly recommend checking out Rogue Perfumery in general. They're just a phenomenal brand. That isn't the most unconventional perfume, but next up, I did wear something I've been itching to wear ever since I got it all the way back in, I think, the winter time. This is the only Amouage Attar that I own. This is Luban al Akhdar. This is amazing. Like, I cannot even emphasize. Oh my God, I can't emphasize how much I love this stuff. Okay, so Luban al Akhdar is an attar, so it's 100% pure perfume oil. There's no alcohol. It's literally just the oil. Okay. And this is the only attar that I've owned. I'm very new to this stuff, even though attars are very common in different parts of the world. So Luban al Akhdar is an incense fragrance, and a lot of people don't immediately associate incense to hotter months, but there are just a lot of different types of incense and facets of incense, and I didn't know this until I really started diving a little bit deeper into the note and exploring different things. And Luban al Akhdar is, in my opinion, the most stunning example of a summery, fresh, clean incense I have ever come across. Unfortunately, it is prohibitively expensive. I think that's like over $500 for 12 ml. Now, with that being said, it is an attar. It has outrageous performance. With attars, the application is a little bit different. So it has this little, stick that you swipe, sort of unscrew it, and, you do all the swiping. I put one swipe on either side of my neck and one swipe on the top of my arm, and I just let it roll, and I was engulfed in this just incredible, wispy, clean, still slightly smoky, citrusy. It's I don't even know how to describe it. It's such a flooring, staggering smell, because I didn't really know you could combine all of these aspects into one. The perfumer is Quentin Biche, shockingly. In my opinion, that might be the best thing Quentin Biche has ever made. It doesn't go Biche mode. It doesn't have that sort of annoying quality that a lot of his perfumes have, at least to me. I know Quentin Biche is a world-renowned perfumer. He's loved by a lot of people. People love his work, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. But Luban al Akhdar, it has to be one of the most incredible, clean, fresh, green, citrusy, wispy, smoky incenses I have ever tried. But it's not. It definitely leans more to that clean side of things. So that's Luban al Akhdar. Incredible fragrance. And now we get into controversial territory, I imagine. On Wednesday, I wore this. I wore Amouage Opus 15. This is King Blue. King Blue. Yes. I wore this in 90-degree heat. And I'm here to tell you, this is not only a summer appropriate fragrance, this is a mass appealing fragrance. This is an all season wear. Even though this thing is monstrous, and I'm talking about thick, veil-like sillage around you when you wear this, it's just got that appeal to it. People like it. My girlfriend loves it. Other people I'm around love when I wear this. They comment on it. It doesn't come off as offensive to them, which is what a lot of people are probably thinking when it comes to this fragrance. This is an oud fragrance. It's a fruity oud, but done in a pretty unique way. So a lot of people compare this, or say King Blue is a competitor to fragrances like Maison Crivelli Oud Maracuja. King Blue wipes the floor with Oud Maracuja, and frankly, it wipes the floor with a lot of fruity oud. It's got this very distinct citrusy, fermented fruit feel against this skanky, sort of dirty oud. And it doesn't sound great, but I'm telling you, in the air, you just smell utterly majestic. It is like a veil. It's like you're wearing a cape of fragrance. Like I said, absolutely monstrous smell, projection, longevity through the roof. You will probably go nose blind to it, but other people around you will definitely continue to smell it. Yeah, King Blue is just one of these fragrances that I think people miscategorize it. Another thing about it is you can tell it's kind of synthetic. Like, it's got this boosted quality about it, but I don't know. They just do it differently. It isn't annoying. It's not fatiguing to wear. It just comes off as very well put together. And yeah, it's just an amazing wear. Really, wear King Blue in the summer, guys. I'm telling you. Okay. Now, I wanted to include an iris fragrance in my rotation, and I couldn't really think of anything better than this. And this is one of the greatest fragrances of all time, in my opinion. This is Dior Homme Silver Stem. This is a vintage bottle from 2005. This is when you could walk into a department store, Macy's, whatever, and you could actually buy a good perfume. And it wasn't $500. Isn't that just insane? Like, the fact you can just walk in to a store and buy Dior Homme back when this released in this bottle, it just makes me sick for what's sold in stores nowadays. But Dior Homme, so released in 2005, perfume by Olivier Polge. Very influential, very important fragrance when it comes to perfumery in general, but particularly masculine perfumery. This introduced an unconventional note into masculine perfumery, iris. Iris was typically reserved for more feminine sorts of smells. Obviously some very famous Guerlains all have a bunch of iris in this violety aspect. But the way they did it in the original Dior Homme is just magical. It's typically referred to as a Chanel in a Dior bottle, and I totally get that. It does have that sort of clean, elegant Chanel thing, but the iris is this sort of musky, airy, purpley sort of floral smell. It's powdery. It's got this lipsticky aspect to it. Then there's this amazing sort of, like an herbal quality about it. Maybe there's some sage or like some clary sage or thyme or something in this perfume. And then you have the key, which is they offset this floral aspect, this powdery aspect, with this amazing cacao note. It's not like a bitter cacao. It's not a gourmand cacao. It's a very well-judged, textured, slightly warm feeling, chocolatey cacao sort of feel. And maybe there are a little bit of citruses in there as well, just to give it some brightness and lift. But one of my favorite perfumes to wear of all time. I have to wear it sparingly because bottles of the original, which that bottle is, are just through the roof. I mean, people want you to pay, hundreds and hundreds of dollars for a perfume you could have just, again, walk into a store and buy 20 years ago. But that's vintage for you. Don't get into it, guys. It's probably not a good idea. Okay, moving on. Let's see. That was Thursday. On Friday, I wore another classic. This is my gigantic bottle of Guerlain, L'Instant de Guerlain. This is the eau de toilette. I'm not sure if you can see that. Yeah, this is the eau de toilette. People go crazy for the eau extreme, which is the black rim bottle. So this like portion down here would be black and all at the sides. I prefer the eau de toilette in the summer because this is a summer patchouli. And I love patchouli. And I searched and searched for a patchouli fragrance that I could wear in the summer. For whatever reason, I was overlooking this for the longest time. And then it clicked. Wait a minute. This Guerlain, L'Instant de Guerlain. So, patchouli as a note is one of my favorite notes. It can come off as very dank and earthy and scratchy. And just in general, it's a big note in perfumery. It's used as a base note. It has crazy longevity. A lot of fragrances with it are just very strong and, in my opinion, really aren't suited to really hot weather. However, when you do it like they did this fragrance in, it works super well. This is one of the most just breathtaking smells to me. It's just so well done. It has this beautiful citrusy quality, and the patchouli along with this licoricey cacao sort of thing. It gives it texture. It gives it this anisic quality. It's spicy. The patchouli is still recognizably patchouli. It does still have that slightly chocolatey, slightly scratchy, earthy edge, but it's like you take patchouli and you make it transparent. It's astounding. It's one of my favorites from Guerlain. I might do a Guerlain ranked list pretty soon for all the Guerlains that I have, but yeah, this is gonna rank very highly up there. Guerlain, L'Instant de Guerlain, the eau de toilette. If you can find the eau extreme, by all means. It's just sort of like a more performance oriented one. It's stronger, it's thicker, it's denser. I kind of prefer how light the eau de toilette is, though. Okay, moving on to one of my favorite mint fragrances ever made. I wore this on Saturday, yesterday. This is Meo Fusciuni, Nota di Viaggio number 2, Shukran. Oh my god, I mean, like, this is just... You haven't tried anything from Meo Fusciuni? Do yourself a favor. The discovery set's expensive. Ordering samples is probably expensive too. But do yourself a favor. Check out Meo Fusciuni. Just a crazy good brand. So expressive. So narrative. A bunch of storytelling aspects. The Nota di Viaggio series has to do with, I believe, his trips around the world to different locations. And this is number 2, Shukran. I believe he visited, off the top of my head, Morocco. And this is supposed to be representing them inviting him into their homes with beautiful Moroccan mint tea. So yes, there is this sort of realistic, green, bright, herbal mint with this beautiful, well-judged, almost clean tea aspect, but then the base is this tobacco. But the star of the show is this incredibly realistic, not toothpastey mint. It smells photorealistic to a point where, like, I can't even, like, every time I wear this, the opening just leaves me, like, speechless for fucking 30 minutes at least. I'm just sitting here like, oh my god. So, if you want a fragrance that might leave you absolutely speechless, definitely try Meo Fusciuni Nota di Viaggio number 2. Shukran, one of the best mints of all time. Refreshing, clean, incredible. All right. Another Amouage. I wore this today. I can still smell it. Still pushing strong. I talked about Luban al Akhdar being an incense that I like wearing in the summer. This is another incense, but this is very overlooked. This is Amouage Lineage. Gorgeous bottle. So overlooked. My friend Daniel from the channel Seldomly Often put me on this. This is also incense, but this is a completely different type of incense. This is slightly marine, slightly oceanic with this salty, mineralic edge. And the incense in here is dense and creamy. Lineage does have this sort of modern Amouage feel. If you smelled a lot of the Essences line, if you smelled a lot of Renaud Samon's work, you will notice there's this common thread of like this the musks he uses and this sort of sandalwoody, creamy sort of thing going on. But in here, it's just done so well. It's like you're at the shoreline and it's morning and the waves are lapping up on the beach and there's this sort of thin fog in the air. I mean, it really does make me think of a scene like that. Just an incredible fragrance. Absolutely beast mode. I rarely will use that word on this channel. The same can apply to King Blue, but Lineage, as far as I perceive it, very, very strong, very diffusive. Projection is amazing. Longevity is great. So if you're looking for a very unique marine inflected incense, check out Lineage. I can't really think of anything else that is quite like it, except for maybe Aedes de Venustus Copal Azur. So that has been my week in perfume. Unconventional summer scents, or some patchouli, some oud, some iris, mint, just a bunch of good stuff in here. So I'll have all these perfumes linked in the description. Not linked in the description. This isn't an affiliate free bottle channel, so let's get that straight. I'll have these perfumes written down in the description. Let me know what you've been wearing this summer, what you've been loving this summer. If you've enjoyed, be sure to hit the sub button, hit the like button, and many videos to come. I'll see you guys then.